enveloped the Formosa Dreamers in their debut season. This year, they found redemption and success, rising to the number 1 seed. The Dreamers are the players for the very first time in franchise history. They're up against a team that's hungry to make a return trip to the finals. It's the Formosa Dreamers taking on the Mono Vampire Basketball Club, coming to you live from a very excited Changhua County Stadium in Taiwan. This is ABL Playoffs. Yo-Yo Sarmenta on the mic together with my partner, Kurt Long. And Kurt, these two teams have taken very different routes to the playoffs.
Yeah, most definitely. It's a big change for the Dreamers coming off their being at the bottom last season. And they've just been able to just continue to that snowball effect, just gain more momentum as the season went on and claiming that first number 1 seed. So big difference for them, unlike Mono, who has had this playoff run before last year, and they have that to lean on. So it should be an exciting matchup, Yo-Yo.
Let's look at the playoff bracket. So the winner of this matchup, this best of 3 matchup, will take on the winner between the BTN CLS Knights Indonesia and Saigon Heat. And that was an interesting game yesterday. And over the other end, Alab, defending champions, down 0-1. And another game today, Singapore Slingers and Macau Black Bears.
Yeah, lots of exciting games.
And we will be back. This is the playoff introduction.
Number 38, Alab, Number 69, Alab, Number 77, Chichai Anandi. And their starting 5, number 0, Tyler Lamb. Number 7, Michael Singletary. Number 11, Moses Morgan. Number 22, Frederick Lish. Number 24, Romeo Travis. Head coach, Tongkiat Singkasene. Assistant coach, Chatapan Pongpandarak. The referees for today from Indonesia, Prashad Jaradi, and from Philippines.
So once again, this is ABL playoff action live in Changhua County Stadium in Taiwan. Yo Sarmento on the mic together with Kirk Long. And Kirk, we've been talking about the rise of the Formosa Dreamers.
Yeah, the Dreamers had a great season, 19-7, battled through some injuries with Will Artino, different guys at different times, but have just been able to play so well here at home in front of their hometown fans here in Changhua. And on the other side, Mono Vampire, you know, they've had their struggles, their coaching changes, different things, but they've been in this moment. Last year, they were able to rise to the occasion and upset the #1 seed last year in the playoffs. So they'll be looking to have that same sort of momentum going into the playoffs this year.
And one of the catalysts of their strong run is Tyler Lamb. They acquired him mid-season, and so far he's been putting up great numbers.
Yeah, he's come in, and Lamb has given them a big boost. Just able to stretch the court with his outside shooting, gets rebounds, runs the floor, and has just made them such a deeper team and just been a consistent guy that they can rely on every single game.
Of course, Tyler Lamb, a former member of the Hong Kong Eastern, now with the Mono Vampire Basketball Club. Also Freddie Lish, also local, and that is the new coach, Coach Tongkiat Singha Saini. And as we take a look at the player match between Romeo Travis and Will Artino.
Yeah, both talented guys. Artino definitely has the scoring edge there going inside and out, but that should be a great matchup down in the paint. And then we have Michael Singletary and Malcolm Miller, who lead the way scoring-wise for their respective teams. Won't see Miller here today, but still Singletary will be big. And then same with this matchup, Tevin Glass and Malcolm White, both consistent players that can hurt you in a variety of ways. They shoot high percentage shots and are just smart players able to help teams get win doing a lot of the little things. And we won't see that Malcolm either today due to his previous games. But there's lots of exciting players here in this matchup, and you got to win 2 games first, but it starts today. How will these teams come out and set the tone early, and what will they be able to establish will be fun to see.
You are very correct, Kirk. So as Kirk mentioned, Malcolm Miller is out. He's suspended today for acquiring a total of 5 technical fouls. He got his 5th versus the Malaysia Dragons in his last regular season game. For Malcolm White, he got into a scuffle against Jaron Young. He got his 3rd unsportsmanlike foul. So no Malcolms today. So Kirk, how will that affect these respective teams?
Well, first off, for the Dreamers, Malcolm Miller is their main, facilitator. So not only do they expect him to make his outside shots and expect him to, score the basketball, but he does such a great job in setting up his teammates and just hitting guys on the fast break, getting rebounds, pushing the court. So with Malcolm Miller, they lose not just scoring, but that playmaking ability. And the Malcolm on the other side is not too much different. He gives them a lot more depth, and they're both consistent players. So both the Malcolms will leave an absence for both these teams. I think that the Dreamers have the edge in that they're a deeper team, and they can have other guys who are used to stepping up when they need to. And that will be the question that the Mono Vampires will have is how much of a load will be on their 2 other world imports and how much of their local players can pick up the slack having Malcolm gone from Mono Vampires as well.
So as we take a look at the starting lineups, as we said, no Malcolms on either side. Any player you want to stand out from both of the starting lineups?
Well, I've enjoyed watching Chen Xin-Yen for the Dreamers. The Dreamers starting point guard has struggled with injuries the whole season, Lee Shui-Lin, but he has just been somebody that has come in, and he's such a composed player, and he won't hurt you with athleticism or killer crossover or anything like that. But he is just super consistent. He's always on the same page as Coach Dean Murray and does a good job just making sure his teammates get the ball in the right spot. And I've enjoyed watching him. Nothing flashy, but he always comes out and gets the job done, does the little things his team needs.
So Chen has to step up because, as you saw on your screens earlier, Lee Shu-Lin is out due to an injury. So that will affect the playmaking abilities of Formosa. But talking about Mono, how will a new coach,
我们请
Coach
现场的
Tong
媒体朋友们进
will
行捕捉
affect
这个
the
画
play
面，
of
谢谢，
Mono.
非
Yeah,
常
I
谢
mean,
谢县长的支持
I
与
think a
肯
lot of that
定。
will be the confidence that he has to just give his team right now. You know, they've
When
had a
they're
lot of
ready,
up and downs
I'll count to three
during
and
the
then
course
we'll
of the
throw it.
season. They've had a lot of changes with the player lineup, now the coaching change, and you just got to be able to fight through that versus, you know, those tough times, and you got to focus on what you need to do today, each possession. So I'm sure Coach Tong has reminded them of that. Maybe the course to get here wasn't how they wanted to go, but nevertheless, they're here. Let's focus on the moment and come out each possession and fight.
And very strong points there, Kirk. And we are right about to start. This is game number 1 of the quarterfinals between the Mono Vampire Basketball Club and Formosa Dreamers. And the tip is won by the home team. There's your guy right there. That is Chen bringing down the leather.
Yeah, and Jeff Wu is the one who gets the opportunity to start today with no Malcolm Miller in the lineup for today's game, and he has some great defensive pressure. Not quite the same, near the same as scoring ability, but he starts out aggressive.
That was for you. That was for you.
He's been here half the season with this team, and he continues to build a bigger role for this team. So Coach Dean Murray trusting him, and Jeff Wu is making the most of that trust from his coach.
I think he heard you, and he took that back shot. And on the other end, Lam, straightaway 3 is good, and stares at the crowd.
That will be a big part of what Mono Vampire needs to do, especially early on. Try to take this home crowd out of it early.
Mono on the road, they've only have 4 wins to show for on the road, so this is a test for Mono. Here's Wu again, a little bit too strong there. Brady Lish to Lam. Lam takes it inside, goes up, and he is fouled.
Yeah, Lam doing a great job recognizing, okay, we don't have our Malcolm either, but, you know, that's okay. Lam say, I'll put us on our shoulders for now, do the scoring load.
As a player, Kirk, when you lose a world import like a Malcolm Miller or a Malcolm White, as a local, what kind of mindset do you need to have?
Well, you just got to be sharp. I mean, game to game, you don't want much else to change. You know, in the mind, you always want to come prepared to play. But when guys are missing and your role might step up a little bit, then you do get that extra focus. You know, that extra pressure, and you know, these guys have worked hard all season, and I think that's what we'll see here today. They'll be ready to step up and deliver. Because of the bigger stage, because guys are missing, they just got to be a little bit more sharp, you know.
So that is what's at stake right now. Who will step up for either team? And a foul is called on Moses Morgan. So Moses Morgan usually comes off the bench. Now is in the starting lineup because White is not in this game.
Yeah, you just got to stay composed there. You're Moses Morgan. That was good pressure. You do want to make things hard for the Dreamers offensively, but you also don't want to foul guys 30 feet away from the basket.
Kenny Chen, we're going to swing it over. Artino takes it to me, knocks it down.
And Artino has not been consistent all throughout the year, but he has shown during several different games that he's willing and capable of knocking down this shot. So Morgan will have to do a better job just with the closeout, and Artino will continue to shoot that outside shot if he's given the lane.
You're correct. Will Artino doesn't knock down a lot of threes. Only 0.5 three-points per game as Tyler Lamb slicing his way inside. So right away, Tyler Lamb being aggressive.
Yeah, he is definitely locked in. He has Kenny Chen, who's also a great defender for the Dreamers, on him. But Kenny Chen not quite the same physique-wise in his physical presence. So Lamb recognizing that as being aggressive, attacking the basket against him.
On the side, put back is good by Glass.
And when Tevin Glass is on the court, you can never leave him. He will always be aggressive going after those offensive rebounds. He's one of those players that does a lot of the dirty work for this Dreamers team. And anytime his man goes to help side, you have to rotate and try to box out Tevin Glass because he averages almost double-digit points-wise just on offensive putbacks.
And that's his game. If we talked about Malcolm Miller's playmaking ability, Artino and Glass operate mostly on the inside.
Yeah, definitely, you're right about that. They will come out and can shoot it consistently, but they love to attack the basket. They love to use their handles, their quickness in order to get into the lane with those layups.
And a turnover by the Thailand squad. 7:39 remaining. Back and forth action here at the Changhua County Stadium. They go to Artino at the elbow. Shot clock down to 10. Artino versus Chavez, double team. Nowhere to go, and he turns it over. So a lot of interesting matchups early on here from both teams. A lot of world import versus local and world import versus world import.
Yeah, and Coach Dean Murray right now is telling Artino, okay, pay attention to that. The double team came. You know, he was guarded first by Travis, and then Singletary came over, double teamed Artino in the lane. As a post player, you got to recognize when the double team comes, you got to know when to give up the ball.
That's exactly right, as Singletary gets the one-hander to go.
So normally Artino's tall enough, able to see where the open man is on the double team, but that last time just couldn't get rid of it early enough.
Here comes Mono once again. Lamb, spot up three, knocks it down.
Wow,
Tyler Lamb.
Showing us his playoff time, and Lamb is showing off some of his best moves here, shooting lights out early on.
Glass answers on the other end and stares down Morgan.
Yeah, and that will be a mismatch that Glass can continue to take at, is just using his quickness. He's long and lengthy, but he also has extremely quick feet.
So in terms of experience, actually looking at Mono's roster, all these five guys have playoff experience one way or another. Even Romeo Chavez, even though he's due in the ABL, you know he has experience being played in the PBA and all the other leagues. How will experience be a factor in this matchup?
Oh, these guys know the extra level of play that it takes to step up. They're used to this extra intensity that's in the building, the pressure, and you know, it's showtime definitely, and they're bringing out, especially in Lamb, their A games, because they know that that's what the other team's going to bring to the table too. These guys have worked hard for several months to come prepared, and the Dreamers have played great basketball, and so all these Mono players know they got to bring their A game. It can't just be one or two guys carrying them. Everybody has to step up their game.
Glass has 8 to work with. Shot clock winding down. Chen, nice pass inside. Blocked. That was a nice rejection by Morgan.
Yeah, and the Dreamers really want the goaltending there, and the officials might take a quick review at that if they can. But that's always a hard call. That ball's floating up there. Great pass by Chen, and that ball still might be at its pinnacle. It's very close, and so I can see why they want to look at it. But that looked like a great block by Singletary.
I think that's what the coaches and some of the players are discussing with the referees.
Or they're resetting the shot clock because there is no possession. So I think that's a good call by the officials. It's still the ball's still at the pinnacle. No sign that it's starting to come down yet. And Dreamers maintain possession, and they'll have 6 seconds left to get a shot off.
Artino, quick fire. Too strong. Rebound Glass. There he is. Stepping Glass with a putback.
Yeah, Morgan just going to have to do a better job staying low, move his feet, keep Glass off. Keep Glass on his back, because Glass is so quick, he gets around him and gets to the rebound.
Travis could not get the N1 to go. So midway through the first, what have you seen that has jumped out so far for you, Kirk?
Oh, I think the Dreamers have stayed within their system, and all 5 of these guys out there, Wu, Chen, Artino, Glass, all able to make shots, so they're really playing together well. On the other end, it's been a lot of Lamb, and I think the Dreamers, in order to slow Lamb down, they're going to have to match up and transition quicker, because both his three-point shots have been with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. But if he's open, it doesn't matter how much time's on the shot clock or not, he's going to fire. So Kenny Chen just has to do a better job recognizing in transition to match up with Lamb quicker, and the rest of his teammates are going to have to be ready to help when Lamb drives and clog up the paint.
Lamb is 3 for 3. He has 9 points, lead all scorers. So he is the man of the moment so far. The Dreamers will try to answer. They go to glass. Nice defense by Morgan, who has to put it up. Oh, nice defense again by Mono. So the defense of Mono holding up.
Yeah, definitely, and that's where their experience has really come in. They're used to playing tough defense.
So every time we try to say something about the Dreamers, they answer emphatically right there. Talking about defense, Stephen Glass says, I got a little bit of defense, and that block by Glass will send us to our first timeout. 4:55 remaining. Mono up 13-11. We'll be back. Taiwan, Mono up by 2, 13-11. And so far, it has been a Tyler Lamb show, but Tevin Glass has answered so far.
Yeah, Tevin Glass has been huge. I mean, the Mono defense has really come out and put on a lot of pressure for the Dreamers, who are struggling, you know, to sort of get those open shots they normally like. As we see an offensive foul here on Morgan, moving while setting the screen. But it's really been the Vampires have played great defense, and you know, Tevin Glass has sort of bailed them out a couple times by getting those offensive putbacks. But other than that, they're still struggling a little bit with the length and athleticism that the Vampires have. 1 through 5, all these guys are able to guard multiple positions, and that's paying tribute right now for the Mono Vampires.
Last top of the key. Artino sizing up Travis. Artino up and under, denied by Travis. Again, Artino with a spin.
And that's what Artino needs more of, just that focus. He takes that bump, you know, maybe looking for the foul, but sticks with the play.
Lamb, that was his first miss. You gotta feel that Artino and Glass want to come up big, especially with Miller out.
Yeah, definitely. They have to be the playmakers. I mean, they got solid contributors all around them and their local players, but they know that they're the ones that are going to have to, you know, create the double teams and kick it off to open guys or take their man one-on-one to get scoring opportunities.
That was a flop by Darumpan Apero Vilanchay. They go to the corner. Woo! Could not get it down, but Glass with another putback. That is his third, I believe.
Yeah, and you know, I think God gave him that last name for a reason. I mean, he is amazing on the glass, especially the offensive side. Half their points almost.
And a rejection by Kenny Chen. So we talked about Mono's defense, but right now, it's the defense of the Dreamers holding their own.
Yes, definitely. That's you didn't see it so much in the first few minutes. But even the Dreamers' playoff defense has arrived here, as we saw that great block by Kenny Chen. And Kenny Chen, the crowd loves him so much. He was here last year when they didn't have the season they really wished for. And he's worked hard consistently to get better and better. And the crowd sees that, and the fans really appreciate his effort.
Yeah, as a fan, you gotta love the guys who have been here since day one, of course. As Artino takes aim for a 3, does not drop. Mono attacking. Travis too strong underneath, rebound. Guess who? Tevin Glass.
That's right. Randy Travis really getting good position there on that last possession. And even he got fouled earlier. He still had an and one opportunity. So he's somebody who would normally need to finish those shots. for Mono if they want to stay with the #1 seed.
Glass comes up, but with no basketball. Garompan with the counter. We're all tied up at 15.
Yeah, that's one thing the Dreamers really need to recognize is that once Mono Vampire secures the ball, made or missed, they're really looking to run and push the ball in transition.
Kenny Chen. 6 seconds on the shot clock for the Dreamers. Artino to the elbow. Woo. Knocks it down. Is that a banker?
Hey, it's Taiwan. I guess the bank's open on Sunday, folks, and getting involved.
And Moses Morgan with the answer. So fireworks early on here in Chawa. Let's see who blinks first. Chen. Here comes Wu. Oh, nice move. Yes factor so far.
Yeah, Jeff Wu really being aggressive and a little razzle-dazzle. Knocks down the 3-1 possession. Next time uses the pump fake to create space, hangs in the air, and again using the backboard to get 2 points.
As Tyler Lamb will troop to the line to shoot 2, but Jeff Wu, there he is on your screen, folks, number 14. Some highlight plays for Wu here.
Yeah, and you have to give credit also to Artino, the one attacking the paint, kicking it out, finding the open man, but this time that was all Jeff Wu as he just blows by his man and able to hang in the air long enough to get the basket, and a great start and great energy by Jeff Wu, who really needed to step up in the absence of Malcolm Miller.
Misses the first free throw, 1:46 remaining. So Glass has 8 points and 4 rebounds. Wu has 7 points. So that's what you need in these types of playoff games. You know the World Imports are gonna get their numbers, but you need those 1 or 2 contributors who will get their 8 points or 10 points.
Yes, definitely, and not just on the points. You know, they got to play solid defense. The local players, a lot of times, their strengths doesn't always have to be scoring. They can still come in, make an impact, help their team get a win, other than just the points that they score. But their defense, their rebounding, getting those steals, and just those hustle points as well.
Artino. Oh, nice defense by Travis.
Yeah, Artino has used that spin move a couple times, driving right, spinning back to the left. He loves that little lefty, a little hook shot. So Travis doing a good job staying low, fighting for position, then getting those hands and that strip on the ball.
Nice read by Travis. Yeah, he knew that move. Here is Artino once again with that spin. Another great defensive possession by Travis and Mono.
Yeah, Artino really not liking the no call.
Oh, and one opportunity for Michael Singletary. As a Mono contingent rising and applauding the effort of Singletary.
Yeah, Singletary just showing his strength, flexing those muscles, going through, and against Tevin Glass, who able to block shots, he's able to hang, uses his body well to create that space. But some of that's gonna have to be Will Artino. You're not gonna get every call down here that you want when you're driving to the basket, but you can't make a second mistake by not sprinting back, helping be the anchor of your team's defense on the other end too.
Especially against this team, this Mono team, as you mentioned, likes to run. Chen, wild shot. Here comes Mono once again running, as Chen is complaining on the other end. Oh, stripped by Glass. Glass with a steal. Down to the last minute of this first quarter. Kenny Chen reverse. It's good.
I think he scores half his points on that reverse right there. He hangs in the air so well, and Kenny Chen might be one of the best finishers in the whole ABL league.
And you've watched a handful of their games. That Kenny Chen reverse layup, that's one of his signature moves.
Yeah, he sizes up. He sees 2 bigger defenders right there, but he's like, hey, I'm going to go up and I'm just going to outlast you in the air. I'm going to kiss it off the glass, and beautiful move by Kenny Chen.
You saw him kind of look at the defenders and says up and under and in.
Yeah, there's no one. He's fearless when attacking the basket.
Down to the last 30 seconds and what has been a very explosive first quarter as Glass misses on the tray. About a 2-second differential between game clock and shot clock. And Michael Singletary will try to get the most productive shot out of this possession. Oh, nice move, Singletary all the way up. Could not get the bucket to drop. The ball will go to the Dreamers with 4.9 remaining.
Yeah, and the Mono Vampires have to be encouraged because right now they're tied. Probably going to be tied at the end of the first quarter unless we see a buzzer beater here. But they've missed several opportunities, several close layups that they could have even a good lead going into the second quarter.
Oh! Caps off his spectacular first quarter with the buzzer beater. Jeff Fu, ladies and gentlemen.
And man, when he first came, he didn't have this big role, but each game he's just improved his confidence, and we're really seeing him at a great time just help step up for his team.
Nice buzzer beating play, 24-22. Jeff Fu with 9 points. More after this. Long. And the first quarter, Kurt, the story of the game, first story of the quarter so far rather, is Jeff Wu.
Yeah, he's been huge, staying aggressive. The Dreamers are missing their highest scorer, their best shooter, and he's taking some of that responsibility on his shoulders and showing the crowd what he can do.
9 points so far for Mr. Wu. Came into the ball game just about under 4 points per game. So he has stepped up big time.
Yeah, and he's played great defense the last 6 weeks of the season, and Coach Dean Murray has relied on him in that way, but today he's really showing his offensive arsenal.
Pass underneath. Amidst the tough defense of Mono, he is fouled by Singletary, I believe.
And one
that
of
was
the
22, Freddie Lish.
Yeah, and one of the other things to look at as we look at the first quarter stats, as we see Wu's pass down low to Glass here in the bump, is Mono Vampires had 5 turnovers. And the Dreamers do a great job taking care of the ball. They only had 2 turnovers. And so Mono just had a few plays in that first quarter where, you know, they weren't quite settled in yet. And they're going to have to continue to take care of the basketball against this Dreamers team if they want to stay in this game.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Mono plays a very fast pace. But how do you limit those turnovers at the same time you're pushing the pace, Kurt?
Well, some of that's, I guess, the risk that you live with. But other things, just being comfortable with each pass, taking your time, and knowing your teammates.
Great steal there by Singletary. An errant pass. He will go back to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, so this will be free throw number 8 and 9 for the Mono Vampire team, and the Dreamers still have yet to get to the foul line. Luckily, their shooting and their finishing has been well enough to still give them the lead in this game.
Artino getting ready to check back in. Singletary, of course, the leading scorer of this Mono team. One of the leading scorers of the entire league at 25.2 points per game. And this is his second season with Mono. Talking about Michael Singletary.
Yeah, he's a great, strong player, plays within himself, and to me is really the backbone leader of this team. Always on the same page as Coach Tong and the others, so veteran player.
There he is, did the outlet pass, but a little bit too strong, and Lam was about to jump over our ball boy there. Thought otherwise.
Yeah, and Coach Tong's okay with that. You know, that's another turnover which hurts their chances, but that's what Coach Tong wants to live with. He's willing to take those risks.
And if you just joined us, this is the first game for Coach Tong, replacing Coach Douglas Marty. Coach Tongkat Singh Saini of Thailand. Rebound Singletary.
Yeah, that wasn't the possession Coach Dean Murray wanted. Not a lot of ball movement for the Dreamers.
Dish up and under and in. Ooh, drawing the oohs and the ahs from this crowd in Taiwan.
Yeah, Lish, no fear on that drive, and just a little scoop to Mailu, able to get in between the defenders.
There's that double team against Artino. He gives it up. Drive inside. And that will count. Cheng Wei with a finish.
And Cheng Wei is one of those guys that is you know, it's deceptive how quick he is. You know, he's not super explosive, but he's strong. He stays low on that drive, takes the contact, can finish either hand, and he doesn't get a whole lot of minutes for the Dreamers team, but he always comes in and makes his impact known.
And to your point, I think Travis and Singletary were a bit surprised that Cheng took it all the way.
Yeah, he can make that outside. He has a set shot, but he would much prefer to use his elusiveness to get by players and finish at the rim.
So Dreamers up by 1, 27-26, 2 minutes into the second quarter. Lam for 3. Lam continues his hot shooting.
Yeah, he gives a little smile at the Dreamers bench too, and you know, the Mono Vampires now from the three-point line, 3 out of 6, so 50% from downtown is always going to help your chances to steal a game, especially on the other team's home court.
Artino, nowhere to go. Kenny Chen has to put it up. Great defense by Mono. The shot clock was winding down. Forward cut by Travis to Singletary.
And that's why Coach Tong's willing to take those risks. You use those full court passes. Sometimes they're going to go over people's heads and be turnovers, but other times you're going to get easy layups.
And that's the Mono brand of basketball right there. Singletary with the push. Artino, foul. A ref says the foul is down on the floor, so Artino will not go to the line. You know, ever since Jason Brickman parted ways with Mono, it has been a team effort pushing the basketball, finding the open guys, and Singletary has been at the forefront of that dishing and passing.
Yeah, that can happen when you have a lot of skilled players. And Travis, Lamb, Singletary, they're big athletic guys, but they can also dribble and pass well. So when one guy gets the rebound, the other ones are committed to running the court and pushing that tempo.
How will the Dreamers respond? Artino. A foul there. Foul is called on the rebound.
Yeah, Sengtong had his elbows up, and so Glass fighting for position here gets pushed down right there. And it wasn't trying to be dirty. That's just two guys fighting hard for position, and that's what happens when you're Tevin Glass and you consistently work hard down there.
Shot fake. We go to the elbow. Kenny Chen, too strong. You can tell Malcolm White you can feel the absence of Malcolm White, especially in the paint right now for Mono.
Yeah, most definitely. Just shot blocker, big guy, get those offensive rebounds or get those defensive rebounds away from Tevin Glass. And that last play, Jeff Wu doing a good job staying aggressive for him. And Sengtong, you know, he had his hands up, but you have to have him completely vertical. That time they're just out there in front of his his body. So even though he was there first, he has to just get those hands more straight up. He had the right position though.
And I guess that's the tendency of most players. You think in your head your hands are completely up, but in reality they're not.
Yep.
Second free throw is a miss. Travis corrals that rebound.
Wow.
Pushing ahead once again. Oh, nice finish there by Sang Tong.
I mean, you get the ball up 94 feet, you know, the length of the basketball court with 2 passes, no dribbles. And that's beautiful basketball when you can score layups without even putting the ball on the floor.
Oh, nice steal right there. Here they are running once again. Mono. Lish, Hezi, and the pull-up. Freddie Lish.
Right now, these Vampires got the home team on their heels and not showing any sign of slowing down.
Check out the score. It's 35-28 in favor of Mono. And we will take a quick break.
To those fast break opportunities that they're getting, and they're forcing the Dreamers into a lot of outside shots, and they're not open outside shots, they're contested. They're doing a good job hustling, closing out on shots, and making life difficult for all 5 of the Dreamers on the court.
Glass goes up and in. We're talking about the Dreamers. If you know your opponent is pushing and running, you got to take care of the basketball. You got to value more your offensive possessions.
Yeah, most definitely, and you got to sprint back, protect the paint.
Artino finishes the play. Beautiful feed there by Glass. Oh! Tevin Glass.
And he has the thousands of fans here in Chunghwa Stadium on their feet. And that was a big-time block right there. Not in my house, says Glass.
That was a jump out of your seat. Rejection. We gotta check that replay. Here it is. Woo!
Man, he had to lower his head, was about to hit the backboard on that last play. And that's Tevin Glass though, because the possession before that, he's the one assisting Will Artino on the fast break. So, man, a guy like Tevin Glass, it's just, he's underrated in so many different areas of the game. He can do just about anything that Coach Dean Murray and the Dreamers need him to do on this basketball court.
And I guess this is the perfect game, perfect avenue to showcase his array of skills with Malcolm Miller suspended. Chen puts it up and in.
Great move, extended with the left hand. And kids that are watching, that's why you use your weak hand. That's why you have to be good at both sides. And that's what makes Kenny Chen such a dangerous threat when he attacks the basket.
Battle for the rebound, secured by Glass. Glass has Chen on the corner. There's Chen right there. Thought about the 3. Glass sees an opening. Oh, no foul called on either way. Travis on the counter-attack. Morgan. Beautiful basketball by Mono. So back and forth we go. Kenny Chen muscles his way inside. A bit of a wild shot.
Yeah, that was only 2 white shirts, 3 black shirts back on defense.
So the refs are letting them play. You can see from on both ends actually.
Yeah, it is. It has been a physical game, and it's the playoffs. You know, you want the players out here working hard. You don't want the refs dictating the game. So they're doing a good job. They're calling what needs to be called.
It has been a 17-10 second quarter in favor of the visiting team. Glass shows us a setback jumper.
And he's not just looking to go for 20 points tonight with 20 rebounds. He's not going for 30. He probably wants to score 40 in his head. He's saying Malcolm Miller's out. It's okay, guys. Like, I'm going to step up, and he's able to do that.
Moses Morgan trying to take advantage of a smaller defender, but gets called there for the foul.
Yeah, he missed the initial shot, but trying to get the offensive rebound as we see Kenny Chen here with the scoop left-handed layup around two defenders.
Here's that step-back jumper by Glass.
Yeah, great individual one-on-one moves by the Dreamers the last few plays, and they're going to have to continue to figure how to break down this mono vampire defense, though, with that passing game and getting these shooters some more open spaces, because that's normally their game.
So the refs talking to Coach Strong here. Let's see what the confusion is all about. In any case, Chen will shoot two. If I was on Morgan, that we're sure of.
Yeah, and Sang Tong already on the bench, one of the first guys off the bench during the game, and he has 3 fouls already in this first half. So a little bit of foul trouble to start the game for the Vampires.
And you can tell, we talked about this earlier, because Malcolm White is out, you don't want to be overly aggressive, and I think Sang Tong has to settle down a bit with the 3 fouls. Travis, tough move, tough finish.
Yeah, that's what a strong body gets you for Travis. He didn't have to elevate over Artino, but able to use his strength to get that shot off.
Jeff Wu, shot clock again winding down for the Dreamers. Glass, one-on-one against Morgan. Nowhere to go, Wu. Nice defense by Singletary. Somebody has to put it up. It's Glass. Some shot, could not get it to drop. Oh, nice steal and the jam by Will Artino.
Yeah, Chen was hanging out with them as the Vampires will call a timeout. But Randy Travis has to be careful. He gets that offensive rebound. There's Dreamers all around him. Got to keep that ball protected.
And we will take a quick break. 2-point game. 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
You pause up, don't have to take. Go side, pause up. Try to come in and so that can. You are the opposite. Hey, don't come direct to him like this. Go cross like this. Keep hitting in the basket and looking for the other team and pass out. That's the pass out. Be smart of it.
We're in the bonus. Keep taking it to the rim. Let's go. Let's go. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team.
So 2-point game. You saw that on your screen. Coach Gene Murray saying they're in the penalty. So he wants to see to be more aggressive here.
Yeah, and his team has been pretty aggressive attacking the basket with Kenneth Chin, Jeff Wu. These guys enjoy attacking the basket, so definitely capable of continuing to put pressure on the Mono Vampire front line and just attacking them at the rim.
So 3 minutes left before we head into the halftime break. Mono Vampire up by 2. Fish sizing up Chen. They go through Lamb. Sent to work with Lamb. Step back jumper on the way. Could not get that to go.
Yeah, it's a tough shot, especially after a timeout. Just good individual defense there by Jeff Wu. And definitely able to make that shot as Lamb, but still you would like to get something a little bit more high percentage.
Morgan Could not get the triple to go. Offensive rebound goes to Mono. They reset. Lam directing traffic. Travis wants the basketball versus Artino. Step back, double team by Wu. Singletary. Too strong, offensive rebound once again. Lam will take a three. Another miss by Mono. A lot of chances there. Oh, nice move, rejected. However, by Tyler Lam.
Yeah, good job by the Dreamers to attack. They had that 3-on-2 fast break opportunity. Cheng decides to keep it and doesn't see Lam come from behind. And now 6 block shots for the Vampires, so they're doing a good job protecting their paint down here.
Especially with the absence of Malcolm White. Will Artino shows us the patented spin move and hook shot.
Yeah, it's almost an impossible shot to block. He creates space with the spin and the bump, and then with his height, he's able to get that left hand stretched out so high on that release.
Travis straight away three. A bit short. Rebound for Formosa. They want to retake the lead in this possession. 1.5 minutes remaining. Glass all the way for two.
Man, he's just elusive. He has a great first step, and just showing us what he can do is Tevin Glass.
With the answer.
Wow, I don't know if the second half can be any more exciting than this. These two teams are going to enjoy this quarterfinals matchup a lot.
So, and it's not just scoring, a lot of defensive plays too. 4-3, that's good. Isolation by Chen.
Yeah, Chen just waits for his time, and he's always composed like we talked about. But once you give him an inch, he'll take it, and he knocks down that three-point shot after the miscommunication on defense between the Mono Vampires and gives them that lead.
Okay, Jeff, you start out right there. Okay, you're over here, Lance right here. Okay, Tevin, come up, just take it. Hey, we got to get a stop right here. Let's go. Team on three. 1, 2, 3, team.
So down to the last 46.7 seconds in what has been an action-packed first half, Kirk.
Yeah, most definitely. Both teams showing us why they're playoff teams in the ABL. And, you know, the Mono Vampires started off rough this season, but they've really enjoyed their last stretch to get here. And both these teams battling, wanna get this off to a good start.
Offensive rebound, and the putback is good. Romeo Travis. Down to the last 20 seconds, folks.
And this is what the ABL playoffs is all about. You know, both teams just want to win, doing everything they can out here to will their team to a victory.
Chen Qingyan loses the leather, asking for a foul from our referees. Our referee says nope. And a technical foul called on Chen Qingyan.
Yeah, Chen Qingyan really not one to normally get in the refs' faces. Thought that there was a foul. I thought he lost a little bit of balance when he turned the corner here in between two defenders. And we do see the grab there on the arm, so he does have something to complain about. But at the same time, you got to keep your composure. Refs aren't going to be able to see every single touch out here.
And you saw the conversation that they had. Our referee initially said nope, just play on, but instead Chen still persisted. And talking to the referees is very important in playoff basketball.
Yeah, and so is every single point and every single free throw. And, you know, I'm sure the Mono Vampires have been to the line about 10 times. They've missed a few of them, and they would like to have each one of those misses back because, you know, there's only 1 point separating these two teams right now, and I don't see either team really blowing anybody out in the second half.
Down to the last 5 seconds. Freddie Lish blazing down the court. What a move by Freddie Lish. 1 second. And the Formosa Dreamers cannot put it up, but Freddie Lish trailblazing. And as we headed to the halftime break.
Yeah, great way to end the quarter for the Mono Vampires.
47-46, Mono reclaimed the lead on the last-ditch effort by Freddie Lish. And we will be back for the second half. This is the ASEAN Basketball League playoffs. Welcome back to the Changhua County Stadium in Taiwan. As we take a look at the first half statistics, Kurt, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, points, these guys matching each other so well. Some differences, though, is assists. The Dreamers are normally a team that average more than 20 assists per game. And right now, without their main facilitator, Malcolm Miller, their main scoring threat, they're really struggling to get that chemistry going. Meanwhile, on the other end, 10 assists for the Mono Vampire, who have really gotten out to run. They have a couple extra turnovers because they're taking all those chances on the fast breaks, but it's turned out to be well worth it for Coach Tong and his Vampire team. And fouls, both teams doing okay there, not too aggressive. And then free throws, 5 missed free throws for the Dreamers is also uncharacteristic. So maybe some of the playoff jitters, you know, guys just needing to take their time. But both these teams showing that they have the depth, you know. The Dreamers already with 3 guys in double-digit scoring. Jeff Wu, Young Cheng Wu really getting off to that fast start, which was a big boost for the Dreamers early on. But on the other side, Lamb coming out shooting hot from outside, Singletary being consistent like always, and Romeo Travis also showing some of his muscle down low. So both these teams with depth, 5 guys constantly out on the court that can hurt you and put up big numbers. So it should be an exciting second half, Yo-Yo.
A very explosive first half, but what do you think has been the point of emphasis for Coach Tong for Mono and for Coach Dean Murray for Formosa?
I mean, Coach Tong, you can really see all his guys, even on that last possession, they want to get up the court as quick as possible. They make a mistake, he's not over here hounding them, frustrated at them. He's supporting them in their effort to get those fast break points before the Dreamers can set up their half-court defense. On the other side, Coach Dean Murray, I think that he's just still trying to find that chemistry with them out there. Malcolm Miller's normally a guy that plays about 38 minutes a game, and so some of that identity is lost without him out there. Yet they still have done some things within their game plan, you know, and when they play good defense, that's more where they're best. And so they just need to do a better job hustling back, getting those stops, and then hustling down in transition to get those easier points as well.
And in case you've just joined us, Malcolm Miller is suspended for this game after acquiring 5 technical fouls. And on the side of Mono, Malcolm White is suspended after getting his 3rd unsportsmanlike foul. So both those fouls, both the technical and the unspo, happened in the last regular season games of their respective teams. And again, the halftime score is 47-46. We will be back for the second half in just a bit. Once again, welcome back to the Changhua County Stadium. Yo-Yo Sarmenta, joined by my partner Kurt Long, as we take a look at the highlights between the battle between the Formosa Dreamers and the Mono Vampire Basketball Club.
Yeah, there's been lots of highlights. High-flying transition, one-on-one moves half court, great shooting performances by several guys, and definitely we keep bringing him up, but Malcolm Miller averaged more than 3.5 3-point made shots per game this season, so the Dreamers missing him on some of these highlights. And, you know, one guy that I think is going to have some more of these highlights in the second half is Singletary for Mono. He's the fourth leading, you know, scorer in the league. He averages 25.2 points per game. So Singletary maybe, you know, still having an impact in the first half, but I expect him to be one of those guys here for Mono Vampires to really try to kick it up and try to steal home court advantage away from this #1 seed Dreamers team.
As you mentioned, Singletary, he is one of the best scorers in our league today, and he will have to play big in the second half. Actually, in their first two meetings, these two teams split the regular season, but I think that happened early in the season rather. That was in December. So guys like Romeo Travis, Tyler Lamb, this is their first meeting against the Formosa Dreamers.
Yeah, and sometimes that's almost a good thing. You don't know how dominant the Dreamers have been here at home. You take some of those things, you know, for granted because you don't know it, or you just come out here, you're relaxed at the same time, you know, saying, hey, I haven't faced these guys. I'm just, you know, they haven't faced me either. I'm just going to go out and play hard. So you can look at it from different angles.
So this is game number 1. Game 2, the series will shift to Thailand. That will happen on April 3, and if necessary, April 6, back here in Taiwan. And Kirk, in a best-of-3 type of situation, how important, how crucial is getting a game 1 victory, road or home?
Oh man, it's just a huge confidence boost and plays such a big part mentally, you know, to get game 1 and be able to close it out in the next game. It puts all the pressure on the other team who's down in the, you know, who's down 0-1. And so definitely it's such a huge boost. I'm not sure exactly the percentage of teams that go on to win after winning game 1, but I know it has to be at least 70% or higher in terms of your chances to finish off the series.
You know, not just, of course, if you're down 0-1, that will put you in a tough spot. But for the closing out, you've been, as a former player, how tough is it to close out the series knowing that you have 1 win in the bag?
Yeah, I mean, the other team's coming out with their backs against the wall, so they're, you know, they really have nothing
to lose,
nothing to hold back. Yeah, so it is definitely hard to close it out, you know, but that's really what you play all season for. That's what these guys prepare for, is for these moments, for those games that, you know, have so much at stake. And so most teams just can find guys that can rise to the occasion and get it done.
So we're just about to start the second half as we take a quick peek at the scoring. So in that second quarter, Mono was able to get a slim three-point advantage, scoring 25 while limiting the Dreamers to 22. So that's why the Mono has a 1-point lead right now, 47-46.
Yeah, and with both of these teams, the leaderships that these programs have, the leadership and their players out on the court, I think it will be hard for a certain team to go on a big run that just, you know, opens this game up. I think this game's going to stay pretty tight. You know, both these teams obviously capable with the firepower to go on a big run, but they're both matching each other with the intensity. You know, they're matching each other with the physicality out there, and it's going to continue to be a high-scoring, high-energy second half.
You know, Mono is the 8th seed, but in no way are they playing like the number 8 seed. Don't let the record fool you, 11-15, but they are a team to be reckoned with.
Yeah, definitely. All these playoff teams in the ABL are capable of coming out and getting wins, but you're definitely right there, Yo-Yo. I think that the Vampires are just like last season. They're definitely a team that's capable of going on a deep run and shocking a lot of teams in the playoffs.
Not a lot of teams have risen, have taken down the top seed in ABL history in the 9 years of the ABL. Not a lot of teams have won, especially in the quarterfinals, have won and moved on. Last year, actually, Mono, they were the number 4 seed, defeated the Slingers, and then they defeated the top seed Chongchon Kung Fu. So they are trying to replicate history, trying to topple the number 1 seed in the Formosa Dreamers. Second half action. Both teams cannot find the bottom of the net early. Tip in by Artino. Second opportunity is good.
Yeah, he had inside position on Lam, able to use that length, keep that ball up high. And Mono Vampires continue to run with the basketball.
Pass to Chen. The first half was all about Glass and Jeff Wu, actually. Here's Glass, feeding away, swishes it through.
Man, he's so tough. He can set good screens. You don't know if he's gonna hand it off, attack the basket. He can go from 0 to 60 in just a second. He can turn on those jets, and he can blow by so many of the bigger players here in the ABL.
Travis, got to put the move on against Artino. They go to Singletary. He takes a shot. Too short, Lam. Oh, splits the defenders in midair.
Yeah, second chance points as in this first half, the Vampires did have, in terms of rebounding, they did have the advantage 23 to 20. So the Dreamers are gonna have to have a conscious effort to stay aggressive on the boards and take all 5 guys to box out.
Artino with the answer. Back and forth we go. Fish. A lot of screens for Mono. Lam could not get the triple to fall. For the Dreamers, you want to make it a half-court game, especially the running and gunning style of Mono.
Yes, definitely. The Dreamers have the shooters to spread the floor, play half court. And the Vampires have that speed and strength to push it in transition like we're seeing here.
Oh, nice two-man game between Morgan and Lish. Rebound though by Singletary, squeezing his way inside for the deuce.
Man, just showing that he will not be denied, and that's what I was talking about. When he gets it in his mind that he wants to take over and he wants to get a basket, there's few better in the league than Singletary.
And here he is, almost coming up with the steal, but he is fouled. Silly foul.
Yeah, he got in the passing lane well, but then just had that little bump of Chin, and Chin doing a good job of sailing it.
And again, Singletary was one of the Mono players who went toe-to-toe with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in an epic 5-game series last year in the finals. So you know he has the leadership to will his team to victory.
Yeah, and I love those guys that lead by example. You know, he might not be getting in their faces, but he goes out there and gets the work done, shows them how to just come out and compete.
Chen. Oh, put back jam by Will Artino.
That's a big-time play by a big-time player, Will Artino, almost ripping the rim off on that offensive putback.
Gambles with the steal. Bam. Oh, nice feed inside. Travis could not finish though. Rebound Glass.
Man, and that's about the 3rd layup today that I thought Randy or Travis could have finished on, and he'd like to have some of those back.
Oh, nice fake, nice shot fake, and then the pull-up by Chen. Nice move.
Yeah, Chang, just like Chen, they stay so composed. Their footwork, their fundamentals is almost perfection, and able to get those baskets.
Oh, Santong loses the leather. Here's that replay. Chen goes hard, but then Artino throws down the hammer. Chen, that closer. could not get the bucket to fall. Lish, oh, here he is. Looking for contact. Tip by Travis is a no-go. Artino, you know, he touched it while the ball was in the cylinder. I think that's offensive interference.
And it was a close call. Artino had the heads-up play to get up there and knock it out, but if it's more than halfway down, wow, it's just a tough play.
So the ball will go to Mono. Oh, sorry, we go to the Dreamers.
I thought that Lish's initial shot, he worried about Artino too much to block his shot. But either way, they still come away with the basket.
Oh, behind the back pass by Chen. Kenny Chen. Wow, muscles his way inside.
Yeah, Kenny Chen never worries about the rep, never worries about the contact, always going strong to the hoop.
Singletary, his three-pointer is a miss.
And the Vampires shooting coming out a little bit cold here in this second half. And they're going to have to find their stroke soon if they want to stay in this one, as the Dreamers are picking up this momentum and energy.
Glass gives the Dreamers a 7-point advantage. 60-53. What a strong third quarter so far by the Dreamers. We will take a timeout. And so the Dreamers have come out guns blazing to start the third period. They take a 60-53 lead here at Chawa County Stadium. Playoff action, Yoyo Sarmenta on the call together with Kirk Long. And Kirk, what has made this happen for the home team?
Their defense, they're getting stops, and some of it's the Vampires missing shots, but you got to give the home team credit, just getting hands up and then finishing tough plays on the other end.
Risky save there by Chen. Chen Wei, they go to Artino. Quick whistle.
Yeah, Romeo Travis really fighting hard. Both players fighting for position. Travis didn't like the call, but that's playoff basketball. Both these guys trying to leave it all out there on the court. And Travis now will get a little bit of a breather as Sang Tong, even though he has 3 fouls as well, will come back in for him.
If you're Malcolm White or Malcolm Willer watching this game and seeing all these matchups, all these physicality, you gotta feel for them. You know they'll be itching to come back in game 2.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. When you're a part of a team like this and you're not able to go out and help them, man, there's a lot of anxious nerves going through their minds and bodies right now.
The score will stay the same, 60-53 in favor of the Dreamers. 4:20 remaining. Nice ball movement so far by Mono. And a foul is called. That will go against Chen.
Yeah, both teams have settled down. Only the third foul this quarter, so no one on pace to be in the penalty bonus mark this quarter.
So shot clock sets to 14. Singletary off his way inside. Will that count? Yes, sirree.
Yeah, referee Mike.
A bang in the bucket for Michael Singletary.
Yep. And they communicated as refs, decided that it would go, and Singletary really put that one high off the glass. Just such a soft touch here for a strong man. Just throwing it up above Artino, sees Artino coming from the weak side, and just a complete finesse player is Singletary.
You know, as players, we always tell the young players, always finish a play even though you heard the whistle. Glass crossing over, stumbles.
Yeah, Coach Dean Murray wanted the contact, and Glass has that ability to bring it up the floor, attack off the dribble from far away from the basket that time. Just Singletary, great position, able to get there first, and that's a good no call by the refs if you ask me.
He also kind of stepped on the foot of, I believe, Moses Morgan.
And just look at Glass and Singletary, two of the biggest competitors in the league, and just fighting for every inch and not taking any possession off, whether offense or defense.
Lam against Chen. Lam sizing up. Step back. Miss. Rebound secured by Glass. There's that flop. Again by Darumpan. Refs not giving it. Rejected by Singletary. Glass goes up. Miss. Battle for the rebound. Corralled by Morgan. Pushes the other up ahead. Chicha Anati. Oh, Darumpan finishes the play.
Wow, these guys love to push the ball in transition. Even the local players of the Mono Vampires taking advantage of the fast break opportunities.
And just like that, we're back to a 2-point game. And here's that replay. Chicha Anati, great heads-up play. And nice pass to Darumpan Apero Vilanchai. And we will take a timeout. 3:21 remaining in the third.
This side. Run Will. Okay? Let Will step in on three. Hey, the last 3 trips, he's got a fucking guy like this on him. And Tevin, you gotta slow down, man. Look, we let him right back in the game. Come on, we gotta play some offense. So let's run 3. Come off the baseline. Let Will post up, Tevin. Let's go. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team.
Welcome back to the Chawa County Stadium. You saw on your screens there was Coach Dean Murray. If you're up against a team who likes to run, I guess it's human nature that you also want to run, but you gotta play your brand of basketball.
Yeah, definitely. And Coach Dean Murray being very adamant about the fact he wants Tevin Glass slow down a little bit, stay aggressive, slow down a little bit, and let's look to post up Will Artino, he said. Will Artino had the mismatch on a couple of possessions that they missed, and so they just want to slow down and get their rhythm back on the offensive end.
So 2-point game, last 3 minutes of this third quarter. Shot clock reads 6. They go to Artino. That's a post play. Artino, though, could not convert. And a foul is called on Singletary.
Yeah, it's another one. Great heads-up play by Chang, being aggressive on the offensive rebound. And Singletary swiped it. He got some ball, but he also got some of Chang's back of the head, it looked like. So good job by the Dreamers to just maintain possession here.
And I think, how many fouls does Michael Singletary have? I think that would be a huge blow as he takes a sit.
That might be his third, I believe.
Artino could not finish though. And the ball will go to the Dreamers.
Yeah, he'd like to have that one back. Great setup play off the pick and roll. Jeff Wu giving the perfect bounce pass. Artino just not quite able to finish on that one.
coming up on 2:40 remaining in the third. They go to Ananti. Great defense by Artino. Artino picks up the basketball. But re-steal there by Ananti.
Yeah, that's a great play by Ananti. You make a turnover. Maybe you'd want to be frustrated with yourself, but not in the playoffs, says Ananti. He just hustles back, makes sure to stop the layup from the Dreamers.
Last, that quick first step. Artino, go outside. Chen smashes the three. Playoff action, back and forth. Morgan against Chen. Santo, too strong. Did not get his own miss, but bothered Chen enough that the ball will remain in Thailand.
And anytime that the Dreamers need a big basket, Kenny Chen always seems to be one of the guys to step up. And just nerves of steel there. He's missed his first couple takes from beyond the three-point line, but catches that one in rhythm. Trust in his ability, knocks it down for his team that desperately needed a basket.
And this is a welcome sight, especially for Coach Dean Murray. You know, in the best of three home and away format, you want your locals to feel good about themselves at home, because they'll have a tough time when they hit the road. Whistle, and that goes out of bounds. Raf saw that.
And the Vampires will want to talk about this one after the turnover. But that's just great individual defense by the Dreamers. Kenny Chen on back-to-back possessions coming up big for the Dreamers.
Under 2 minutes remaining in the third. Kenny Chen against Lish. Chen, nice move. The hoop plus the harm for Kenny Chen.
He's relentless. He has been all season. You can not let your guard down when you are guarding Kenny Chen. He will make you pay for it right here with the Euro step. Gets the contact, finishes at the basket, chance for a three-point play, and giving his team back the 7-point lead that they enjoyed earlier this quarter.
So Chen, he is actually the local leading scorer of this team. So outside of the Dreamers' big three, you will expect him to put up points on the scoreboard, but could not complete the three-point play there. Lam against two defenders. So Travis will check back in, replacing Sang Tong. 1 minute and 32 remaining. The Dreamers have pushed the lead back to 7, 65 to 58. Travis, step back. No go. Offensive rebound, Morgan. Pull up, three, too strong. Another offensive rebound by Darangpan.
And the Vampires have had their opportunities. They're getting the shots. They just need them to fall.
I think the ball wants you to check back in, Kirk.
There you go. It's nice to feel a part of the action, whether on the court or off it here in the ABL. It's always exciting.
You love the second effort there by Darangpan Apero Balanchay, getting 2 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, we see Lamb sort of holding the back of his leg after going hard to the basket on this last play. And he's playing a lot of minutes this season. Quality minutes, going hard both sides of the court. So we'll hope that Lamb is able to get back out here. It could be a pulled hamstring by the first thoughts of it. He's holding the back of his leg there. And we'll hope that the trainers on his background can get him healthy again. If not for this game, then for the next game that happens here later this week.
So that is a critical moment for Mono, and we wish, of course, Lam a speedy recovery. We don't want any injuries here. He is now being stretchered at the bench. There he is, number 0.
And Coach Dean Murray might be worried about who gets to sub in, who gets to shoot the free throws for Mono. as Lamb was the one fouled, Singletary was on the bench and replaced him in the game. So he gets to, and he was the last sub out, so he gets to be the one to shoot the free throws for Mono.
Singletary knocks down the first. He makes it a 6-point game.
And that was nice for the Vampires to have a great free throw shooter like Singletary be the one to come off the bench and get them back to a 5-point deficit only.
18.7 rebounds, 3 assists through 3 quarters for Singletary. Glass, double team, squeezing his way inside. Could not get the bucket to go. Frustrated at himself. So the ball will stay with the Dreamers. Shot clock reads 14. Last 50 seconds in this third chapter. Jeff Wu, he was hot early, could not get that to drop. Freddie Lish, here he is again racing down the court. Oh, steal. Nice steal by Chen.
Yeah, Lish just a little bit out of control on the last possession with the ball and tries to hustle back to stop the fast break opportunity by the Dreamers, but fouls Chang. And those turnovers, I know they're risky type of play. Fast break has worked out a lot of times, but definitely a possession you would like to have back, especially as you close this quarter out. You want to continue to give your team confidence and cut down this lead that the Dreamers have.
So lead back up to 6. On your screens earlier was Lee Shu Lin. He is injured. But his backcourt buddies have been providing the spark. That was Cheng Wei knocking down 2. Ish thought about the 3. They go to Travis against a smaller defender. Singletary. Oh, nice feed inside Morgan. Denied by Chen. But Travis with the cleanup. Down to the last 10 seconds. 5-point game. Three seconds. The Cheng Yo. He puts it up. He misses. And that is how the third quarter will end. Dreamers 67. Mono Vampires 62.
Yeah, exciting third quarter. Vampires have to be positive going into the fourth.
10 more minutes to determine who will take game 1 of this quarterfinals matchup. Back for more after a quick break. This is the 2019 ASEAN Basketball League playoffs. Formosa Dreamers taking on the Mono Vampire Basketball Club. Yo-Yo Sarmenta and Kirk Long bringing you this intense playoff action. And Kirk, what will be the difference, biggest difference for either team in this last 10 minutes?
You know, it's been a defensive battle, and I would expect that the home team can really dig deep here and just continue to sustain that defensive pressure and defensive effort to make life hard for the Vampires, you know, and in my opinion, defense wins championships, and I think that's what the Dreamers really have in mind. That's why they have home court advantage throughout the playoffs, and they just need to come out and play good defense in the fourth.
And they played good defense right there. They're clinging to a 5-point lead, 67-62. Chen goes up. Aaron shot. Mono is pushing once again. They go to Morgan. Morgan back to Travis. Travis. And he will troop to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, Tevin Glass starts out the fourth quarter on the bench for Dean Murray. And that's a good recognition by Mono, by Travis to get the ball down there. Will Artino's trailing the play. Take advantage of your size down low. Even if you're Singletary, you know, now he's their best penetrator in the game, while the best shot clocker and Tevin Glass is out of the game for the Dreamers. Try to attack the basket, make it extra hard on Will Artino to be the lone source of rim protection down there for the Dreamers team.
How many minutes until Tevin Glass checks back in? That is a question. But also for Mono, Tyler Lamb seems to be back on the bench. His hamstring, his left leg is now being wrapped up by the trainers.
And you would think with seeing this, he's trying to make sure he can come back and still play in this game, which shows the big heart that he has. Speaking of Lamb, to just want to continue to give his team whatever he has.
Artino converts. You know, talking about Lamb, at least it's not a serious injury. Oh, denied by Artino. Cannot believe it. Cannot believe that a whistle was called, and he is asking a foul on the other end.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of hand on the ball. There was definitely a lot of Dreamers surrounded Travis right there on that play. You know, was the hand a part of it first? Hard to tell. Maybe on the follow-through after the initial block. Either way, the refs award Travis with the free throws. You do got to give credit for Artino to sprint back and be there as the rim protector. And Coach Dean Murray doesn't want to waste any more time. And he gets Tevin Glass. 1 minute break in the fourth quarter, but now he's back in here to finish the rest of the game.
Travis, though, misses the first, much to the delight of this crowd. Travis goes 1 for 2, so it's a 4-point game. A minute into the fourth quarter. A bit of a pressure defense by Mono, probably just trying to slow down the shot clock of the Dreamers. Here's Wu. Shot clock down to 8. Wu. They go to Artino. Artino spins. Push.
And Artino's been asking for that, thinking that he's been bumped down there most of the game. And he finally gets the call he's been waiting for. But for the Dreamers, they're still, you know, you can tell that they're missing their main playmaker, Malcolm Miller. And they're just in that half-court setting, they're not creating the space that they normally can for their shooters without him in the game. Jeff Wu has had his moments, great start to the first quarter, but still sort of struggling to find that main playmaker.
And Kenny Chen almost with a triple there. This is crunch time. Chen loses the leather. Lish on the counter. Chicha and Anti hesitates. This will not hesitate, and he drills the triple.
It's a one-point game, folks. Don't go away from us now. Both these teams have 8 minutes left to prove why they're the better team, why they want to advance. This is only game one, like we said, but it's going to be very meaningful in who moves on to the semifinals.
You're correct, as Chen lines up. Does not hit the three, rather.
And Coach Dean Murray signaling he wants a timeout. Next time he can take one.
All alone, Singletary, and Mono has retaken the lead, 70-69.
Lots of confusion, lots of unhappy faces for the Dreamers. This crowd is stunned, silent right now. But if you are the Dreamers, you just gotta refocus, get back out here, and play Formosa Dreamers basketball again.
All alone with Singletary. We will take a timeout, 70-69, 7:34 remaining. So 7:34 remaining. And as you mentioned earlier, Kurt, without Malcolm Miller, their main playmaker, a bit of confusion, especially it's gut check time. It's the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it sure is. And the pressure defense of the Vampires has really elevated during this fourth quarter. And they don't like that foul call against Morgan, as he had a lot of ball on that challenge at the rim as well. And was frustrated with the call.
Let's check that replay. You see the leadership there of Travis. As soon as Morgan was about to lose it, Travis like, nope, you can't complain. We don't need a technical right now.
Yeah, you got to keep fighting, keep working each possession. It's not always going to go your way. But you just got to keep your cool.
So 4 fouls on Moses Morgan. Glass cannot tie the game with that free throw. He has one more chance.
And the last few possessions, we've seen threes by Chang and Chen. We've seen Tevin Glass go one-on-one, almost being double teamed, still forcing it up there. So, you know, still struggling to find the chemistry, the open shots that the Dreamers need in the half court. But the Dreamers can change that by getting stops and getting fast break points themselves. They just gotta play good team defense.
Fish slashing his way inside. Nice feed to South Door. Oh, nearly got it in. That was a nice play by Lish and Santong, but they cannot convert. Game is still tied at 70. Under 7 minutes remaining. Beautiful move by Chen Xinyan.
Chen Xinyan, he's so smooth. I mean, he has Singletary, a great defender on him, uses the pump fake, jab step to get by him, and then leaves the floater right over Travis.
With the answer, Romeo Travis asking for the end one. Ref says play on. All tied at 72. Yan looks up at the clock. Oh, great defense by Travis. Ananti. But Kenny Chen with the recovery.
Great effort by Kenny Chen to stop that fast break basket for the Mono Vampires.
Oh, back and forth steals by both teams.
The energy in this building is just, everybody's on edge. Even the players are forcing up some bad passes.
That is a very correct observation. You can feel the tension here in Changhua County Stadium. Oh, spin move. Ball picked up. Nearly picked up, rather. A great defense so far by Mono, but Jeff Fu cannot get the three. Glass. Cut up the rim by Sam Tong.
Wow, I hope they slow down. My heart's racing. Both these teams just on go.
Whistle on the floor. Offensive foul on Singletary.
Yeah, they're saying that he used that offhand, that non-dribbling hand to wrap around and get by the defender. And the refs were both right there in front of him. And, whew.
That is a critical juncture. 4 fouls on Singletary. Here's that arm. What did you see there, Kurt?
Well, it's a lot of contact initiated by both players. Singletary did grab a hold a bit of Chen when he tried to get around him. So I see where the ref's coming from. You know, is it a playoff call where, you know, you let a little bit more go and let the players just play? Maybe, but either way, you just gotta forget about the last play. You gotta focus on the next one if you're the Mono Vampires.
And Kevin Glass gives the Dreamers a 2-point lead. 74-72. Travis did not get the bucket to drop. Ball nearly stolen by Ananti. But here's Chen Chin-Yan with the leather. We go to Artino, back to Chen. Ball will stay with Formosa. 7.9 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they have been trying to get the ball. As we see the great shot by Chang here to float that finger roll right above Travis. And Tevin Glass, the last few possessions, you know, he's really been trying to post up, get the ball, and it's just been great defense by the Vampires to get in the passing lane and just disrupt anything that the Dreamers are trying to run.
You can tell Tevin Glass wants to take over. Glass could not go back to back. Mono looking to tie. They go to Travis. Single tie. He has 4 fouls. Travis bottled up. Nowhere to go. Oh, nice defense by Ananti. Singletary. Oh, that is a foul. He has been asking for that foul all 4th quarter long.
Yeah, and Singletary putting those broad shoulders down, telling himself, I'm going to the basket, forcing the refs to blow the whistle on that last one. Even against a tough defender like Tevin Glass, it's hard to stop Singletary when he has one thing on his mind. And when that one thing is, I'm going to the basket and I'm going to get a layup.
Singletary, 20 points, 8 rebounds, misses the first, and he has 4 fouls. You know, as Singletary wants to attack, the Dreamers have to counter and get that possibly 5th foul from Singletary. That was the first miss from the line, actually, for Michael Singletary. 6 of 7 so far. It's just the second. It's a 1-point game, 3:49 remaining. Hold on to your seats, folks.
Yeah, this game is going nowhere but down to the wire, if you ask me. The biggest lead tonight being, I believe, 7 points for the Dreamers. And neither team just wanting to nudge or give up anything in this game.
Kenny Chen, big 3 on the way. He misses. Rebound. Back to Chen. Artino. Kenny Chen will he try another? Oh, great steal by Travis. Steps over Chen. Morgan, on the other end, gives Mono the lead.
Yeah, what a veteran play by Travis. Not only to come up with the quick hands and the steal, but to know that his team was running down the court. A great full length of the court bounce pass to set up that layup by Morgan.
Artino, huge answer. He is fired up.
And he's still asking in the rest, he'll have to be careful. He wanted a foul and the basket on that last play.
Secretary, back by Altino, no foul called. Foul for the loose ball. And that should be on sportsmanlike foul on Chicha and Nanti. I believe he hit Cheng Wei.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see the replay of that. I just know that there's bodies all over the floor. Everybody's sprinting for the basketball, and the basketball has butter on it or something because it just can't stay in anybody's hands.
Will we see that replay here? Here he is. Oh.
Yeah, he went for the ball initially, but as the ball was pried towards Chang, he continued to try to grab at it. And maybe a good play as Chang had his face scratched on that last play. And Travis is getting into it with the sidelines of the Dreamers.
Very, very important juncture here. 2:40 remaining, 1 point game on sportsmanlike foul called. As Cheng Wei knocks down the first, he will get another free throw, and the ball will stay with Formosa. That is critical.
Yeah, the last thing we want is for things to get out of hand, is for the officials to have to determine this game by calling all these type fouls. It's been such a positive atmosphere and such a great start to the playoffs for both of these teams so far. And 2 minutes 40 left. It's both teams still with the ability to make some big plays here and come away with a win.
Hey, listen. We got to play defense and rebound. It's our game. Come on. Everybody calm down. Go, team on three. 1, 2, 3, team.
So 2:40 remaining. Huge development right before we head into the timeout. And a sportsmanlike foul called was on Chicha and Anti. So if you're the Formosa Dreamers, you want to take full advantage of this development.
Yeah, most definitely. You went to the line, free throw line, you knocked down a free throw, you gave yourself a 3-point lead, you get the ball back, another opportunity to stretch this 3-point lead. So it is, every possession from here on out is so crucial. And the most disciplined team, the team that can execute the best down the stretch offensively and defensively, now's the time to not have any mental lapses and to put your best foot forward.
Tyler Lamb is at the bench. Earlier, he kind of had a hamstring injury. He seems fine right now. It'll be interesting to see if Mono will risk Lamb back into the ballgame. A second glass cannot convert. Rebound though by Cheng.
The shot clock went off, but the ball did hit the rim, so resets. And that time, good defense by Mono Vampires, just fighting, really protecting that paint and forcing the Dreamers to try to beat them with those outside shots. And the Dreamers haven't had their best three-point shooter or haven't had their most consistent night from beyond the arc, which has really just slowed down this #1 seed.
2:16 remaining. 3-point game. How will Mono Vampire respond? There's with the leather. Secretary to Travis. Oh, nice move. And that will count for Romeo Travis. So 1-point game, 2:07 remaining.
And Romeo Travis missed some of those bunny shots in the first half, but he's been a man on a mission here, especially in this fourth quarter. He's made sure that all those touches inside the paint count.
Under 2 minutes remaining. Cheng Wei. Still with the basketball against Travis. Drives inside, takes the fadeaway. Up and in, wow!
He loves these big pressure moments.
he does. So a minute and 30 remaining. Big shot after big shot by both these teams.
And the last possession, I was going to say, what's Cheng Wei doing? He's dribbling too much. But what a fadeaway shot against, a great defensive possession by Travis.
Here he is once again, this time against Singletary. Really take it by himself. He does. Oh, nearly drills the three. Coming up on the minute remaining. Morgan, nowhere to go. Ball secured by Artino.
Wow, big rebound by Artino. I really thought Morgan had the open lane there to give his team the 1-point possession, but now will be the Dreamers' turn.
45 seconds remaining. We go to Tevin Glass. That's his move. Step back, too strong. Singletary down to the last 35 seconds. Singletary fights Morgan. Gives Mono the lead.
And no timeout called by Coach Dean Murray. He wants his players to just keep going.
Glass. Artino now. Down to the last 16 seconds of the ball game. Where will the offense come from for the Dreamers? Wild shot by Cheng.
They got a foul. 8 seconds left. Wow, Mono Vampire 8 seed coming in here to Chunghwa County. And with 8 seconds left and 2 free throws coming.
Were you surprised about that last possession by the Dreamers?
Yeah, I just feel like they waited so long in order to make a move at it, as we see the earlier shot by Cheng, and that's only 4 fouls on the Dreamers, so they're going to have to, as quick as possible here, foul one more time in order to put the Vampires on the line. And Coach Tong wants to make sure they don't have a turnover, so he's going to call a timeout and set up a inbounds to make sure no steals can happen for the Dreamers.
We will stay right with you in this last timeout, 8.39 remaining. But let's talk about Moses Morgan. Mono has pushed the basketball all game long, and in that last play, they kept at it. Moses Morgan with the finish off a fast break.
And then we'll call a timeout and advance it, okay? Hey, listen, if they miss the second one, we got to get it and go. But we got to foul right away. Let's go. If they make the second one, call a timeout. Let's go.
You heard it from Coach Dean Murray.
Yeah, if the second free throw is missed after the Dreamers foul here, then he wants them to just get it and go. But if it's a made shot, he'll call a timeout and set up a last play. But it's hard without their main playmaker, Cheng, have taken turns trying to set up the pick and roll movement in order to get open shots. But the defense of the Vampires, the length, the athleticism has just bothered them. And if you're the Mono Vampires here, you know that the Dreamers, above anything, would love to get a steal here and go down and get a layup to win and finish this game. So you have to make good cuts, you have to use good screens so that you don't lose this possession. They're gonna foul, they're gonna be extra aggressive. You gotta take care of the ball if you're Mono and you wanna secure this win.
Last 8.39 seconds remaining. This is just game 1 of the quarterfinals matchup, everyone.
Looks like Singletary might get a screen from Travis. He's going to the ball, he wants it.
And that is a quick foul by Glass on Singletary.
Yeah, he almost thought he got a lot of ball, but right play by them. Only a second and a half goes off the clock. The Dreamers will be down at least 1 or 2 or 3 points after these 2 free throws, and will still have enough time to make sure they can get somewhat of a decent shot off.
And that on your screens, Lee Shulin. He is not on the floor, injured. Hopefully he'll be back for the second game, along with Tyler Dram and the 2 Malcolms, Malcolm Miller and Malcolm White.
Yep.
Here are 2 very, very clutch free throws. Michael Singletary will be tested. Ice cold for Michael Singletary.
Yeah, he's only missed 1 today. And there's a reason that Coach Tong called that timeout to set up a play so that Singletary would be the one with the ball getting fouled.
He goes 2 for 2. The Dreamers will call a timeout.
With that timeout, they can advance the ball. So down by 3, they'll have to go. They'll only have one shot, not enough time to go for, for a basket, foul, and then get the ball back. They got to shoot a 3.
Get it for Williams.
Who do you think the ball will go
Listen to me. This is what I want to run. Where's the ball?
There could be a couple of substitutions here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Wu come back in the game. I'm sure Coach Dean Murray will have a play with several options.
Some way you come off.
Take a listen in.
Okay, look. He's going to go help. Look for Will. Will, he's probably going to leave you open. Ready to shoot the 3. Yeah, he's going to come off of you. Stand right in front of the ball. Okay? Okay? Some way. Hey, look. If some way's open, give it to him. Listen, Kevin, go set it for Lance. One of you two's going to be open. But Will, look for it right there. Come on. We got to shoot it. 2 on 3. 1, 2, 3, team.
You heard it from Coach Dean Murray.
Yeah,
the important thing is to get the shot up.
Yep, get the shot off. Chung Wei might be sort of a diversion. If he's open, they want to get it to him. But it's really going to be first as Chung Wei's the decoy and Artino's going to set the screen. Hope that his man Travis goes and helps who he's screening, and then Artino getting the ball right where he's at right now, trying to shoot this 3-point shot. So it's important for Kenny Chen to set up a ball fake, get it to Artino.
Oh, loses the leather. Artino with the turnover. Chen tried to save it, he doesn't. Great defensive possession by Mono.
And Mono comes in here and stuns as the crowd, the full arena here in Chunghwa Stadium is silent in disbelief as their team is down 3 with 0.7 seconds and pretty much hopeless.
Let's see that replay. 2 defenders was on Artino. Actually, Artino loses the basketball down to his feet.
I believe you got to give Travis a lot of credit getting his hand on that ball as Artino tried to swing through across his body.
0.7 seconds remaining. Mono has to do inbound. There it is! Mono Vampire Basketball Club has upset the number 1 seed, getting the 83-80 victory on the road. And the crowd here at Changhua County Stadium is stunned.
They sure are, and that's exactly what Mono wanted to do, especially with Malcolm Miller out of the game. And I expect game 2 to be not much different. It's going to be 2 teams battling it out, and these Formosa Dreamer fans will have to leave here today and just pray and hope that their team can be back here next Saturday with a chance again to close this quarterfinal series out. But Mono Vampires stealing away the home court advantage.
A great defensive sequence towards the end.